ikaw ang Pangulo para sa pagbabago. Sawa na ang bayan ko sa magnanakaw.
You may have a seat now. Muli, ating formal na simula ng pinakahihintay na conferment ceremony para sa 2016 Presidential Award for Child-Friendly Municipalities and Cities.
Maraming salamat po, Director Mitch ng CWC.
Tinatawagan po natin ang ating Executive Director, Mary Mitzi Mitch Kahayan Uy, upang bigyan tayo ng overview sa Presidential Award.
To our distinguished guests, our dear President, Honorable Mayor Rodrigo Roa Duterte, good afternoon. Tomorrow, December 13, marks the 18th year of Executive Order number 184, series of 1999, entitled Establishing the Presidential Award for the Child-Friendly Municipalities and Cities, or PAC-FMC, that was signed by then President, now Mayor, Joseph Ejercito Estrada. But we are all gathered here today for an early celebration and recognition of all the hard works and efforts of our LGUs for the Filipino children. As a signatory to the United Nations Conventions on the Rights of the Child, the Philippines is obliged to implement its principles and provisions as CRC forms part of the law of the land. Hence, as one of the response strategies, the PAC-FMC was conceptualized. This is conferred to the serving local government units in recognition of their vital role in the sustained promotion of child's rights to survival, development, protection, and participation, as well as in ensuring child-friendly governance. Through this prestigious awards and recognition system, we are able to look at how LGUs are able to prioritize and address issues and concerns affecting the children, and how they monitor and evaluate and document the implementation of these projects, plans, and activities in the sectors of education, health, community participation, resource allocation and mobilization, and child participation, and how LGUs are able to form and sustain partnerships with different stakeholders for our children. I just wanted to also highlight the roles of the LGUs in promoting and sustaining the efforts for a functional local council for the protection of children, or LCPC, and the Barangay Council for the Protection of Children, or BCPC, who are our frontliners for all issues and concerns regarding the protection and promotion of the rights and welfare of our children. I challenge all of you, especially the national awardees, to document and share your best practices to other local government units. It is through sharing these practices that we can fulfill our goal of a child-friendly Philippines, a caring and protective society for, by, and with the children. To all our national finalists, congratulations and mabuhay.
Maraming salamat po, Director Mitch ng CWC, sa pagbibigay ng impormasyon tungkol sa event ngayon. Ngayon naman po, nais po naming aniya ng Officer in Charge ng Department of Social Welfare and Development, at Chairperson ng Council for the Welfare of Children, Undersecretary Emmanuel Leco, para sa pambungad na pananalita.
Your Excellency, Honorable President Rodrigo Roa Duterte, Undersecretary Eduardo Año, Department of Interior and Local Government, Undersecretary Catalino Cui, Officer in Charge, Department of Interior and Local Government, Undersecretary Mary Mitzi Kahayon Uy, Executive Director, Council for the Welfare of Children, distinguished local chief executives and awardees, good afternoon. My warmest congratulations to the national awardees and finalists of the Presidential Award for Child-Friendly Municipalities and Cities. With this award, we give due recognition to those who selflessly and tirelessly work towards the advancement of children's rights. Their individual and collective contributions, big or small, form part of the achievements that the PAC-FMC recognizes. With them, our country becomes a better place for our children. Let's salute the awardees and the finalists of the PAC-FMC. May your valuable efforts to provide our children with quality and effective programs and services be sustained and replicated not just for our children's welfare, but also for the other marginalized and vulnerable groups and families that need our support and service. We hope that all the finalists and winners of this award become more inspired to work harder in both their individual and collective efforts to develop our cities and municipalities in ways that make them more conducive to the good health of all children. This award also serves to remind all of us that much still needs to be done for our children, especially those who come from the impoverished families and underprivileged backgrounds. All of us who believe that children are our country's most valuable members and our society's future must double our efforts to address the pressing issues that the Filipino children face today. Violence in the home, lack of access to healthcare and education, child labor, and the generally poor condition of social infrastructure and services that government must provide children to enable them to grow up safe, healthy, and with dignity. We fervently hope that services and programs you have provided and continue to provide will continue long into the future, sustaining and improving them as the years pass so that we can fulfill our vision for our child-friendly Philippines. We are certain that with your passion, commitment, and dedication, we will always be moving forward towards the realization of this goal. Finally, we also express appreciation for the work of the Council for the Welfare of Children for taking the lead in implementing the program of the PAC-FMC and popularizing it among our local government units. Working for children is a daunting task, but the CWC continues to rise to the challenge of helping build a better future for our children. We also laud our partners from the government and non-government organizations, international NGOs, faith-based organizations, and all the stakeholders for the continued support in our advocacies. Let us all work toward a child-friendly Philippines, a caring and protective society for, by, and with the children. Good afternoon, everybody.
Maraming salamat po, Yusek Leco, para sa isang napakagandang mensahe.
Dumako naman po tayo sa awarding of presidential trophies to the national awardees. Sa 18 finalists, isa sa bawat kategorya o 5 mga munisipalidad o syudad ang paparangalan ng Presidential Award. Ang Presidential Award ay pinagkaloob sa mga karapat-dapat na local government units upang bigyang pagkilala sa kanilang mahalagang pagganap upang isulong ang mga karapatang pambata patungkol sa survival, development, protection, and participation, kasama na rin ang pagsisiguro ng makabatang pamamahala. Iginagawa dito sa nagkamit ng pinakamataas na marka sa masusing proseso ng validation sa mga sumusunod na batayan: planning and policy formulation, resource allocation and utilization, service delivery, institution and capacity building, child participation, at community participation.
Talaga pong napakabusisi ng prosesong pinagdadaanan ng mga LGU para makamit ang National Award. Tita G, ano nga ba ang matatanggap ng tatangaling Presidential Awardee ng Most Child-Friendly Municipalities and Cities?
Emil, ang mga tatanghaling national awardee ay makakatanggap ng 500,000 cash prize at ng presidential trophy bilang parangal sa kanilang efforts para sa mga bata at kabataan sa kanilang komunidad. Huwag na nating patagalin pa ito. Dumako na tayo, Emil, sa paggawad ng Presidential Award for Child-Friendly Municipalities and Cities. Inaanyayahan po namin ang ating presidente, ang Presidente Rodrigo Roa Duterte, upang maggawad ng parangal. Kasama ang kanyang mga kakakibat patungo sa pagbabago, si Undersecretary OIC Emmanuel Leco, Chairperson ng CWC at OIC Secretary ng DSWD, Undersecretary Eduardo Año, Undersecretary ng DILG, at Undersecretary Catalino Uy of DILG and Executive Director Mary Mitzi Cahayon Uy ng CWC. Sa puntong po ito ay si Undersecretary Emmanuel Leco ang mag-aanunsyo ng Presidential Awardee for the Most Child-Friendly LGUs para sa mga kategorya. Ang nagkamit ng pinakamataas na rating para sa highly urbanized city ay ang
Davao City.
Si Attorney Zulaika Lopez po ang tatanggap ng parangal.
Si Attorney
Babasahin niyo pa habang nagpipicture.
Davao City is a consistent contender for the Presidential Award for Most Child-Friendly Municipalities and Cities. Children's rights are incorporated in decision-making processes and other governance approaches, particularly in policy and planning formulation, institutional frameworks, resource allocation and utilization, and service delivery. The Davao City government ensures that they have a sense of duty and accountability for the recognition, protection, promotion, and fulfillment of the rights and welfare of children. Isang mainit na pagbati po para sa Davao City. Thank you po. Sige po, para matawag na po natin ang susunod na kategorya. Maraming salamat po sa Davao City.
Ngayon naman po, para sa Independent Component City category, ang nagwagi.
Hindi ma-announce po ni OIC Leco.
Ang nagwagi para sa Independent Component City category ay ang City of Santiago.
Maaari po ang tawagan lang natin ay ang Santiago City Mayor Joseph Tan para tumanggap ng parangal. Genuine partnerships, participatory processes, and collaboration among stakeholders are the strengths of Santiago City in mainstreaming initiatives for children. This is the third time for the City of Santiago to be hailed as the most child-friendly city, independent city category. Kalinga sa batay sa flagship project of the city government in promoting the rights and welfare of children and mainstreaming participation of vulnerable sectors to cities' development initiatives, promoting social cohesion, grassroots empowerment, as strategy to address all forms of abuse and discrimination against children.
Congratulations po sa lahat ng bumubuo ng City Government of Santiago.
Thank you po. Muli, maraming salamat po. At ngayon naman, ang Presidential Awardee para sa kategoryang Component City ay ang
City of Tagaytay.
Ang tatanggap ng award ay si Mayor Agnes Tolentino.
In 2008, 2009, 2011, Tagaytay City became a national finalist in the Presidential Award for the most child-friendly municipalities and cities, and then finally obtained the national title award in the same category in 2012 and 2014. Respectively, though unsuccessful in getting the long-expired Hall of Fame award, the city still maintains its rank as a national finalist.
Maraming salamat po sa City Government of Tagaytay at maligayang pagbati po sa inyo.
Para po sa kategorya ng first to third class municipality, ang tatanggap ng parangal ay ang
Carmona, Cavite.
Tinatawagan po namin si Mayor Dalia Loyola upang tanggapin ang parangal.
Carmona has been active in prioritizing the children in its different policies. The municipality also shows its support not only by providing what they need, but also giving them an avenue to participate in their own development through several youth-oriented activities and other initiatives. The children are becoming the stewards of their community through expressing their opinions on issues while exercising their different skills in shaping Carmona for the future generations.
Maraming salamat po at maligayang pagbati sa bumubuo ng Municipal Government of Carmona.
Maraming salamat po ulit. Para sa huling kategorya, ang 4th to 6th class municipality, tatanggap ng parangal ang
Salay, Misamis Oriental.
Tinatawagan po namin si Mayor Angelo Capistrano upang tanggapin ang parangal.
The LGU has been consistent in upholding the 4 core rights of the child. Along survival, Salay is equipped with a maternity, lying-in, and family care clinic and newborn screen centers that provides maternal and infant health care needs. The People-to-People program conducted in every barangay also gives free medical and dental consultation in line with sanitation, health, and hygiene. Along development, public schools and daycare centers continue to educate the children and have been recipients of numerous monetary support and assistance from the LGU. Scholarships are also given to economically challenged youth among high school and college. In protection, the MSWDO conducts community-based services for children in conflict with the law, such as family and spiritual counseling, case conference with parents, MSWD, and PNP. Along participation, the annual Children's Month is widely participated by school children in the municipality. Friendly competitions among the youth in activities like Nutrition Month are spearheaded by the LGU. And to those who excel, sports cash incentives are given for representing the municipality. Again, maraming salamat po.
Maraming salamat po sa bumubuo ng munisipalidad ng Salay, Misamis Oriental. Dumako naman po tayo sa susunod na parte ng ating programa, ang paggawad ng Hall of Fame of Awards. Inaanyayahan po namin muli si President Rodrigo Duterte. President Rodrigo Duterte, Yusek Leco, Yusek Anyo, Yusek Laksam Mana, at Lusek Kuy, Executive Director Mitch, para igawad ng ating Hall of Fame trophies.
Ang mga LGUs na nakakuha ng 3 magkakasunod na taon na umaangat ang kanilang puntos sa Presidential Award ay ginagawaran ng Hall of Fame Award. Ngayon taon, nakuha ng syudad, ng 2 syudad na ito ang 3 magkakasunod na pataas ang kanilang marka. Unahin po natin ang Davao City. Si Attorney Zuleika Lopez po muli ang tatanggap ng trophy. Kasama po niya si City Councilor January Duterte, City Councilor Abigail Umalsa, the members of the Davao City Executive Committee of CWC, barangay captains of Davao City, the City Social Welfare Development Officer, Ms. Malu Bermudo, Regional Director of the DSWD, Director Mercedita Habagat. Congratulations. Thank you very much. Para matawag po natin, may isa pa po tayong Hall of Fame awardee. Maraming salamat po. Sige po. Maraming salamat po. Of course, Davao City cannot contain their happiness for receiving the Hall of Fame awardee. But we have to move on.
Ang ikalawang Hall of Fame awardee, ang Santiago City. Tawagin naman po natin si Mayor Joseph Tan upang tanggapin ang Hall of Fame trophy.
Kasama rin niya po ang child rep nila, si Roan Jenica Lapus, and of course, the other members of the contingent of Santiago City. Muli, and may we call on also the Regional Director of Region 2, DSWD, si OIC Lucia Alan po. Kasama sa pangalan. Muli, maligayang pagbati rin po sa mga presidential awardees. Ang Davao City, Santiago City, Tagaytay City, the Municipality of Carmona, and the Municipality of Salay. Salamat at mabuhay po kayo. Muli isang maligaya at malugod na pagbati sa lahat na nagkamit ng karangalan. Bigyan po natin sila ng isang masigabong palakpakan.
Sa punto pong ito ay tinatawagan ng pansin sina Mayor Angelo Capistrano, isa sa ating mga local chief executive upang magbigay ng kanilang mensahe. Mga mensahe.
Sa atong mahal nga Pangulo, Rodrigo Roa Duterte, mayong hapon po. Kinakabahan po ako. Di ko akalain na ang simpleng adhikain ay magbubunga ng magarbong pagkilala sa aming bayan. Ang kasalukuyang nagaganap ngayon ay taos-puso kong tatanggapin kasama ang aming sambayanan. Maraming salamat sa parangal na ito. Di ko ito makakalimutan. Bagkos, panatilihin at paunlarin. Sa simula ng aking panungkulan bilang halal na mayor ng bayan ng Salay, Misamis Oriental, wala akong ibang iniisip kundi ang maibigay ang nararapat at dapat ibigay. Wala akong ibang hinangad kundi ang kapakanan ng mga tao na aking pinaglilingkuran. Ibigay ko ng lubos sa aking mga gawa dahil iyan din ang aking advokasya at sinabi nung ako ay nangangampanya pa. Bawat normal na tao dito sa mundo ay walang ibang hangarin kundi ang buhay na maayos, tahimik at masaya. Dito nakaangkla ang aking pamamalakad sa aming bayan. Nang maupo ako bilang mayor, sinimulan ko agad ang pagtataguyod ng disiplina, katumbas sa mga nararapat na gawain. Istrikto ako sa pamamalakad, ngunit ito ay para maisakatuparan ang tamang implementasyon ng mga programa at proyekto para sa sambayanan. Halos lahat pinasok ko kahit sakripisyo ito. Nang mabasa ko ang silyo ng Child-Friendly Local Government Program at dahil sa mga memorandum na iniisyo, mas lumalim ang pagnanasa na maipatupad ang dapat. The Child-Friendly Philippine Framework na nag-uudyok sa aming nasa local government unit na sana magbigay prioridad sa mga kabataan alang-alang sa kanilang kaayusan at kapakanan. Sa tamang plano, kasama ang Sangguniang Bayan at buong mamayan ng Salay sa mga stakeholders tulad ng DepEd, NGOs at ibang ahensya ng ating gobyerno, alinsunod sa programa ng DSWD at sa tulong ng DILG, minandato ko na mabigyang prioridad ang ganitong mga programa. Lalo na sa programa sa illegal na droga na isa sa programang binigyang halaga ng ating kagalang-galang na Presidente Rodrigo Roa Duterte. Sa gabay ng ating Panginoon at sa suporta ng aking mga kababayan, ang parangal na ito ay aming nakamtan. Sa huli, maraming salamat sa Local Council for the Protection of Children na siyang nagsulong ng programang ito sa child-friendly local government community through the assistance of our DILG and other lead government agencies. My salute and inspiration. To our beloved President Rodrigo Roa Duterte, the Mindanawans are believing in you. I believe in you. Mabuhay ang Pilipinas. Buswak Salay!
Maraming salamat po, Mayor Capistrano. Mabuhay po kayo. Bilang isang bata, nais ko pong ibahagi sa inyo ang galakatuwa na aking nararamdaman sapagkat itong okasyon na ito ay isang pagpapatunay na binibigyan ng lubos na pagpapahalaga at sapat na proteksyon ng ating gobyerno ang kapakanan at karapatan naming mga batang Pilipino.
Siyempre naman, Emil, sabi nga ng ating pambansang bayani, kayo ang pag-asa ng bayan. Kaya naman ang ating pamahalaan ay ginagawa ang lahat ng paraan upang sa murang edad pa lang ay may mahubog na ang bawat bata bilang isang responsable at mabuting mamamayan ng ating bansa. Sa punto pong ito, inaanyayahan natin si Undersecretary Eduardo Año of DILG upang ipakilala sa atin ng isang napakahalagang tao na gustong bumati sa mga national awardees ng 2016 Presidential Award for Child-Friendly Municipalities and Cities.
Mga minamahal kong kababayan, ang Pangulo ng Republika ng Pilipinas, Mayor Rodrigo Roa Duterte.
Kindly sit now. Thank you for the courtesy. Undersecretary Emmanuel Leico, Officer in Charge, Department of Social Welfare and Development, and Chairperson, Council for the Welfare of Children, Undersecretary Mary Michi Kahuyon Oy. Ikaw pala yan, ma'am. Hindi na pasigit tanong sino itong babae katabi ko. Undersecretary Eduardo Año is Undersecretary still because I know it's peculiar to the position. Men from the military and I think from the police cannot, are disqualified rather to hold office for 1 year in their transition to the, I don't know, iyan lang ang alam ko na batas na may prohibition from assumption for 1 year. Yung Congressman Abraham Tolentino, yung kapatid mong si Annalyn sa opisina ko, tinatanong ko, bakit ka nagatago? You should be a part of the team here because you're from Cavite. This year's outstanding awardees for the child-friendly municipalities and cities, ladies and gentlemen, I am a bit appalled by the really 2 pages dedicated to you by the office of the President. In fairness to the guy who might have burned the candles last night just to scribble a few sentences, I will just read the penultimate paragraph para naman to give justice to his effort. Sino ba nang ganahan niya na you prepare for something and it's not, it's ignored altogether. And he says, that guy from my office, we will continue our unrelenting efforts to purge corruption, criminality, illegal drugs, and terrorism. As we protect our children from these menaces, we also prepare them for the crucial task of building on our past gains. As I encourage our youth to dream big and aspire for greatness, not just for themselves, but for the entire nation, I also challenge my fellow adults to allow our youth to play a role in shaping a future that our children deserve to inherit. Again, congratulations to the awardees and thank you. So let me start by, I'll just develop my talk. I'm not delivering a speech. Ito yung speech. I'm delivering my first dialogue. I didn't continue. If you want, you can ask questions. Itong corruption. You know, I said during the campaign I had a very limited program. One, because I never expected to win also. And neither was I really expecting big. But I just limited my talk to a few, but 4. And one is that I am stopping corruption in this government. just maybe for one term, mabigyan ko ang Pilipino ng irrespective of what is usually dished out. I am not attributing any particular administration. It's not a sweeping statement, but gusto ko na sa panahon ko makapaghinga lang naman ang Pilipino sa corruption. And today I fired the whole of the Commission of the Urban Poor. One is because it's a collegial body, and I have heard that they never had any hearing except for one or two. And si Rindon, yung chairperson, although he thanked me for the time that he was there, appointed, and maybe ako naman, no personal reasons really to fire him except that he had too much too soon. He was appointed September and he traveled about 7 times. And to think that the office is an urban poor agency, I simply cannot. I cannot understand why you have to be there at every powwow in the international scene. We cannot afford it. And that is why henceforth I said, everybody must get the permit from my office. And I will see if it's really worthwhile. But to travel 7 times, 8 times, ayaw ko na lang kasi too much too soon. So dito sa criminality, I am doing it just like corruption for the next generation. Kasi itong atin ngayon, medyo we are so immersed in a quagmire of troubles. One, the international front is boiling. There's Korea, Iran, and of course the United States is the main protagonist. There are South Korea and Japan. You know, this guy should realize that if we go to war, this planet Earth would melt and everybody will die, suffering in the process. Mabuti sana kung isang putok lang, it's thrown out of orbit and we're hurtling towards the universe, far and wide, okay pa siguro. But, you know, radiation and all, and nothing lives and nobody is of sound mind and body, it's going to be a terrible ending. I don't know if it has, if you're a Christian or an Islam believer, it boils to one thing. There has to be an end of everything. I really hope that these guys would come to their senses and hindi ako makialam dyan. I am just praying that nothing serious will happen. Illegal drugs. Alam mo, my oath of office and yours in government simply reduce in its simplest term. It's something like this. I, Rodrigo Duterte, swears to everybody that I will protect the Filipino from harm, any harm for that matter, any degree, to what level, and that I preserve the nation. Itong druga, it has contaminated something like 4 million since then. Small number to what we have now in terms of population. But still, the fact that there is 4 million Filipinos reduced to slavery and worse, to a chemical that would be as an addiction, and every time the monkey rides on the back, kung kumakati na yung katawan, hindi naman mga mayaman, karamihan nito puro mahirap at they commit crimes. Wala sana akong problema dyan kung just like itong sa Balingang, if it's just a matter of looting the place, as war Butis, wala akong problema. But the problem is this massacre. And I'm telling them that, hindi masyado it's history. Of course, it's water under the bridge. As a matter of fact, the bridge is no longer there. But ang kasama kasi, it was on the side of the massacre of so many Filipinos. Yan ang ano ko. Dito naman, it leaves on its tracks, on its way, suffering. You know, ang sabi kasi nila, and human rights and all, etc., that ito si Duterte is a tool of fascism at gustong pumatay ng pumatay at pumatay. Sabi ko, tama kayo. Talagang patayin ko kayo. You know, when I was mayor for the 23 years of my life, I used to be a prosecutor. Ngayon nga si Malodi, lady was receiving the trophy for Davao. She used to be known as Miss Tarnate. I was then a fiscal. And about the time na mag-appear siya sa court is when I represent the Solicitor General in adoption cases. So the state must intervene in the adoption of children. And we have to put to the stand Mrs. Bermodo na yan siya ngayon. She used to she is a beautiful lady, lalo na noong bata pa. As a matter of fact, talaga niligawan ko yan. Marunong lang, hindi ako sinagot. Because I was married then. Pero niligawan ko ng ligawan, ligaw na ligaw. Mabutit na lang, 70s. I remember 79 the first time I asked her questions about adoption proceedings. Niligawan ko talaga, totoo lang. Baka makachamba ba? That's not a sixth statement, it's a fact. Sixth statement yung ano, talagang, well, of course, walang nangyari yun, ha? I mean, tell your husband that you rebuke me. Itong criminality. Why are there children? Why is it that children are involved in drugs? And why is it there are children always in so many transactions every night? You know why? Because of the Pangilinan law. If there is any person who was like havoc sa ating criminal justice system, it's Pangilinan. You know, marami man tayong abogado dito. It used to be before below 9, above 9, below 12. Yung above 9, below 12, that's criminal responsibility starts. But you have the indeterminate sentence law. Then above 12, below 16, which the indeterminate sentence law applies. Now, once you begin to tinker with things you are not really prepared to, ito si Pangilinan, as my friend, I still vote for him. Mabait, pero short-sightedness of, hindi mo akalain na they could be so parochial in these things. Fiscal ako eh. So I've seen so many cases dismissed, trapped, and even incurring the ire of the judges for our defenses. Ganito ang nangyari. Tinaasan niya ng 15. So every 15 years old, below whatever the crime may be or is, baske rape with homicide or naka with homicide, nada. Once pag hawakan ng pulis yan, sabihin niya na minor ako. Alis. At ngayon yan, ang ayawan ko kung bakit. Maybe because of the rivalry there in the Senate. If you're a probable candidate for something and you think that he would be the probable opponent, edi talagang gusto mo talagang ipitin. That is why, ang may quandary dyan because I hold him responsible for all of these things. Kasi binaba niya, did not provide the law na ginawa niya, did not provide for any intervention after the arrest. Pag kinuha mo yung bata, hawakan mo yan, ang sabi niya, minor ako, I'm 13 years old, automatic, I said, whatever heinous crime there is, bibitawan yan. Or else the police would go to jail. Walang intervention, sana lang naman, not even a 30-second lecture or admonition or whatnot, na masabi lang man sa bata that you have committed a very irresponsible act and you must be held to account for it. Kasi accountability ang dapat baski na hindi mo nakulungin. Never mind if you do not send him to prison or detain him. It's going to be all right if that is the social legislation of the times. But the fact is, wala. So you see so many scenes before on TV, nakasawa na lang. Children na dyan sa EDSA, mag-snatch, magpatay, tapos they go scot-free. And they are the ones used. Kaya pag may makita ka ng adult, may makita ka ng bata sa gabi. And for the life of me, sa Davao, meron kasing curfew. Ipahuli ko talaga lahat ang bata. Ang ganito ang style ko, and you can ask the SWD, pag hindi mag-control ng ama o tina, sila mismo ang pinapakulong ko. Sinasabi ko sa polis doon, puntahan mo yung nanay pati dali mo sa estasyon, kulungin mo. At one time I had this conflict with Gabriela. Kasi membro nila. And they were demanding for the release. Sabi ko, no. Why should under the law, they should be held liable also. Bakit ko i-release yan? Hayaan mo, sabi ko. Yung ang aming pitch battles yan. Hindi ako napapadala ng mga demonstration. For all I care. Itong test nila ngayon, itong left, itong bagong modernization. Look, guys, we all know that we are being killed almost every day slowly. Kita mo namang fumes, and you should see Manila at sunset. Makita mo, it's not a mist actually. It's very hot today. But makita mo yung mist, it's almost floating over the city. Those are fumes, carbon dioxide and all. Ngayon itong mga to, itong piston hindi raw sila magsunod, ganito raw. Sabi ko, sige, subukan natin. Because I'm preparing the armed forces and the police to buy rubber bullets, prepare for the truncheons and sihilain ko talaga kayo. Including the I don't care if we go into a turmoil. That is what I like. I thrive best in a turmoil. Talagang guguyurin ko yung mga sakyan ninyo. The law is the law is the law. Sabi nga ninyo, Duterte, follow the law. Ang problema itong mga komunista. Kayo kung nagre-revolt, mabuti. You demand and you threaten us with war, guerrilla fronts, so many all around the country, and you kill with impunity. Sabi mo ako with impunity, pareho tayo gago. You just ambush, baski na pulis na walang armas, pulis naglalakad, sundalo naglalakad, kumuha ng cheque o kumuha ng pera doon sa ATM nila for their combat pay, pinapatay ninyo. Tapos sabihin ninyo, impunity ako, kayo ang nag-umpisa, kumupya lang ako mga gago. ka-inosenteng tao ko. I learned from you. When you ambush people as if they're really pig, imagine killing a 4-month-old baby just because the policemen were there, riding with the mother and the baby. How do you call that? If not impunity, was it that shit? Kundi impunity, ano yan? Anong tae yan? Mahirap sa inyo. Kayo kung magrevolusyon, okay. Ngayon, ang parinig lang ako ng revolutionary government, galit kayo. No to ribgob. Oh, naloko na. Kayo mag-revolt, okay. Ikaw Pilipino, ako Pilipino. Of age ako, of age ka. Of sound mind. O katok tayong dalawa, if we are into it. But I'm sure para yung utak natin. Your predilection for the violence and trouble. Oh, same here. So anong diferensya sa atin? You kill with impunity? Druga. Magdating si Calamard bringing along a black doctor saying na, bigyan mo nga lahat sila. Saan ba si Annalyn of Cavite. Yung binibigay ko ng kapatid ito ni Mayor. Kaibigan niyan kami kasi sa Congress many years ago. Taga-Congress na yan eh. Yung binidistribute nilang about drugs. Tingnan nga ninyo. Of all the characterization of the drugs by the United Nations, International Narcotics Control Board, ang shabu ang pinaka, because heroin, cannabis, cocaine, they're all extracts or derivatives of opium. It's a poppy, it's a natural homegrown. Itong shabu is the tignan mo may characteristic. Ang shabu, it produces violent, bizarre, and aggressive behavior. Kasi nasabi ko na ako, katagal ko na, lumalaban talaga yung mga yan. Kaya na naman matay. Why the children? Sila yung inuutosan na i-deliver mo doon. So invariably, they are in the middle of a silent war. And if something erupts there, matatamaan talaga yan. May alang-alang magsakripisyo itong sundalo o polis. Wala yung, there's no such thing. It's self-preservation. Self-preservation yan. Ginagamit nila eh. Kaya na may mga bata. It does not mean to say that killings of innocent civilians or children for that matter, whether are involved with drugs or not, are justified. I'm not saying it. Pero kung sabihin niyo bakit ganon ang laro dito, ganon yan. Ang mga bata kasi below 15, no criminal liability at all. At sabi nila, bakit mga mahirap? Well, for the information of everybody, shabu is a commodity produced for the poor. Because yung mga mayaman, kasi sa Davao, they use cocaine, heroin, cannabis. They are, sabi ko nga, natural plants, organic. Itong shabu, it's a chemical, and the water used there to mix it is the water that you use for your battery. Battery ng acid, ang acid mo nilagay mo sa baterya mo. That's the reason why. Na ayaw ko sa ngayon. There are 4 million already slaves. What are the social costs? Huwag na muna yung individual to the shabu. Kalimutan mo yan. He wants to go crazy because shabu shrinks the brain of a person. That is why shabu is not a viable option for rehab. he stays there. If he stops na medyo maliit pa yung, malaki pa yung brain niya, then it stays there. It's static. Ganon yan. Na pag he's out, he is out. Sometimes he talks sensibly. Alam niyo kung mga taga-Davao kung sino yan. Mga anak ng mga politiko. Maawa ka, normal. Then suddenly, he talks nonsense. I have to wait until such time that he's back to his senses. Yan yung mga mayaman. I do not want to make it public, but there is a son sa Davao. He was the, you know who am I referring to. He got hit sa yung paglabas ng Cebu. First time siguro talagang hinirita niya. Kaedad ko lang yan siya nung tinamaan. So he's detained there in his house. Sa bahay lang sa kwarto. You know what? Minsan ng Christmas time, so I passed by my friend's house. Alam na mga taga-Davao kung sino yan. Dinaanan ko yung pamilya. Naiwan. Sabi ko, tingnan natin nga yung ano. He's old, very old. Matanda pa ako kasi ako 72. That guy must be around 68. Siguro mga ang mukha 90 years old. Parang hermit. Kasi ko itong tsabo talaga. The social cost. Alam mo, pag may isa kang anak na tinamaan ng Cebu, the family becomes dysfunctional. Kung may dalawang anak ka, it becomes doubly dysfunctional. That is one social cost. The other is social cost. How about tayo? Maybe, tingnan ko ilang milyonaryo dito, ha? Sigurong DSWD ang ikaw siguro direktor ang pinakamayaman dito. Ako, Malacanang, what does it means to me? Work. Am I, no? Why? I've been 23 years mayor. Every day I go out of the house practically to every engagement. People clap endlessly. They applaud you, they adore you, they praise you. I have enough of that. It does not move me at all. Trabaho, well, because I swore to God and to the Filipino people. And those were the basics. Corruption, drugs, but I'll talk to the enemies of the state. Kaya pinag-usapan natin, now, itong MIMN, we have to hang on to it. They are the mainstream, the moderate. They represent the moderation of the Moro people. Under demands, very simple. Just correct the historical injustice. You know, because bago tayo pumasok, itong putang inang Magellan na to, kung saan-saan umabot. When he came before 1521, a century before, or half of the century preceding, ang Mindanao, Islam na. So pag hindi ka marunong mag-Mindanao, mag-Maranao, Iranon, Tausog, hindi pagkat Katoliko ka, lalo na hindi ka taga roon. And that happened during the time forcibly taken over itong mga coastal. They were not able to penetrate the entrails ng Spaniards. So when the Americans came, plus Christianity na yun, and the Muslims, hanggang ngayon, tigas talaga. Why? May poste na sila eh. And what is that post? Islam. So, taken over. Why? Because of the gunpowder. Nagdala dito ng gunpowder, the cannons and the muskets, the rifle of the old. Sila yung hindi ka pa makalapit, tinatamaan ka because the rifle and gunpowder, which propelled that steel ball to the hearts of the Moro. Kaya lang nanalo. But when I said, come to Mindanao, because it is the land of promise, nagbaban. My father is a Cebuano, but my mother is a half Maranao. Yun ang, pag hindi mo ito inariglo, after drugs, yung terrorism. Terrorism in Marawi, sinabi ko na sa inyo noon pa. Every day, as a matter of fact, I was raising the signal, do not force my hand to declare martial law in Mindanao, because I will do it. And the time that when I was in Marawi, I declared martial law. And I swear that I will pursue the ends of the world to seek peace with the Moro people. Pero itong putletsing, itong terrorism, it's a bankrupt and corrupt ideology. It knows nothing but to kill and destroy even their. Look what happened to the Middle East. It's all in shambles. But what was really the beginning? Just like Mindanao. What? Imperialism. Di ba? The big powers took over the Middle East and divided it arbitrarily. Oh, iyo yan dyan. So the French, Italian, Americans, and the British. O, kita mong iniwan nila. Ha? Same here. Kasi kung were we allowed to evolve naturally as a nation, we could be either all Christians now or all Islam. We were not allowed to evolve our mankind naturally. There were interventions in the process. That is why pag hindi mo talaga ito naariglo, mahirap ito. And you know what? Itong illegal drugs and terrorism. Because in a war, your enemy is my friend. Maybe not consciously. Pag nagkasira itong, it becomes a battlefield again. This time, the terrorists from the Middle East would freely just enter in and out. And it's going to be bloody. That is why I'm telling you now, as a president and one who has been reared to nurse and nurtured to manhood in Mindanao, those are the stakes. That is why I will need money in the coming days to make my armed forces and police strong. Kasi I'm just waiting for that tawag, either kang General Anyo o kay General Coy na, sir, may pumutok dito. Think of 5 cities simultaneously attacked, and we will have a nightmare in this country. But I'm also, at the same time, warning everybody that I would be unforgiving and I would be very, very harsh. Please consider that if you can do it, I can do it better 10 times over. Just don't push me to the wall. If you leave me with no quarters, then. So these are the things that would affect our children as we protect our children. Kasi yung truck, hindi talaga pwede yan. You know, when I was in Davao, they would criticize me for extrajudicial killing. Kulok shit, guys. I am building a city. I am not a policeman. I am not an army man. I build a city. Now, when I'm building a city, kasi noon ang Davao, ang gulo, isparo dito, isparo. We used to lose something 5, 6. Tanongin mo taga Davao. Policemen a day, soldiers, officers and all. Kaya, ayaw ko ba? Bunuhin itong, basta I am preparing the country for it. It's not a waste of money because I have to, I said, to preserve the nation as one. It will not be during my time that there will be a fissure or a breakage. I will not allow it. And even if I have said to lose the presidency, to lose the office, the honor and prestige, and die in the process, willingly for my country. Wala tayong question dyan. So itong mga extrajudicial killing, saan ka nakakita dito magpunta yung, taga-Europe, ang mga bugok. Sabi ko na, itong mga puti, bugok talaga. Maniwala ka. I have to, if there is one thing that really did utterly lacking in their goddamn gray matter between the ears, it's logic. Kaya magpunta dito, these are the list of those killed by Duterte. And they take it, hook, line, and sinker. Ito ba? 10,000. Yeah, patayan. Wala namang death certificate, wala namang police report. Tapos dalhin sa ila. Then they come here. You know, Mr. Mayor, drug problem is not a crime. It is an health issue. It is an issue of a social dimension. Ganun ba? Madali yan. So, you might as well we fund more tranquilizers. And if it is really harmless, why is it that almost all countries in the world today punishes drug addiction and with death penalty? Di mag-distribute na lang patay, hindi man pala harmful yan eh. Just the same. If it is not harmful, then there's the death penalty. The law was not abrogated. It's just suspended. Meaning implementation is... Bakit yung Amerika, the Europe, galing man sila doon? Why are you punishing people? Gaya ng revolusyon. Kung maganda yung revolusyon ninyo sa left, bakit hindi pwede mag-revolt? Kayo lang pala. Ano ba pala yung revolusyon? May franchise. Saan ako kukuha? Logic lang naman yan eh. This, Europe, wala talaga akong respeto niyan. As a matter of fact, except for the ASEAN, I do not talk to them. Hindi mo nasabi, if it's a social problem, then look at the other side. What is it? Where did it start? How did it happen? What can be done to solve it? That's the way to solve a social problem. How much can we contribute to para hindi mo napatayin? If it's a social problem, it is a social problem. Bakit ka magpakita ng listahan? Kayo namang mga taga-Amerika, lahat, kasi, politika, there is always a time for everything in this world. Lilipas din ako. Maghintay lang ako. There's always a Christmas time to look forward to every year. Kanta ka lang dyan. Silent night, holy night. Ganun lang. But for as long as I will always do everything to protect the next generation. Kaya sabi ko, sinong mayaman dito? How much do I get? As mayor, pegged to the highest salary pension ko, maybe 4 million, something. I'm 72. I go out of office 77. If I get to live for more 10 more years, where do I get the money to sustain myself? And the high cost of medications, the high cost of death. Who will pay for my oxygen? Sino magbayad sa aking antibiotics? Who will hang me doon sa life-saving na? Kayo? Ako? Well, may-ari kayo ng Cardinal Santos. May-ari kayo ng... Ang problema kung nandito talaga yung gagong may-ari. Sorry So, we take care of our children because we know that we cannot support ourselves forever. Emotional, we need them. Materially. Sabihin, pagdating mo ng 82, you stop medication because you cannot afford it anymore. How about, wala mang middle class dito. Pinagsasangla lang na yung mga lupa na nakuha nila sa mga subdivisions, ipagbili na lang because you have to spend the money for your ailing father or mother or your sibling. Gano'n, OFW. The others scattered around 2,600,000. Do you know why Marabi was extended for many days? Isa ako doon sa nagpigil talaga. Do not bomb the places. Just be very careful. Why was I really worried about the Filipinos there? Moro and Christian alike. I was also worried about the 2,600,000 outside of our country working. Anong mangyari sa kanila kung sinalbahis tayo din? So I called, hindi naman lahat na, pero yung presidente ng UAE na nakausap ko, and I explained to them. Alam mo, I am in a tight fix. Please understand that. So I had to patiently explain to them na ganito. That it is not really our choice, but it was forced down our throat. Intindihin ninyo yan. We are not there to destroy the mosque. It was the last option. Yung wala na talaga, it was dragging and the dead were piling up. For both lahat na doon. Kasi marami tayong mga muro na sundalo. Totoo lang. Hindi lang man yung mga mauti pati yung... So when the cost was getting, sabi ko kay Ed, ano ka? We have allotted much time for negotiations and the chance of having peace. But wala na talaga, sabi ko. This cannot go on. That's really the reason. Hindi sabihin mo nagkulang yung... Tayo nag-hold palagi, one step, hold tayo ng ilang araw. Hindi oras. Para lang, pika-pika lang dito, hoping, hindi naman namin alam gaano karami yung ordinance nila. So, but Marawi will be rebuilt. I assure you. I have started to, right at the start of the war, I started to set aside. And there is only one guy there who will be responsible, a military man, si Ed Del Rosario. He used to be the task force Davao. Ngayon, at some other time, sabihin ko sa inyo, wala na tayong oras at alam ko na gusto ninyong umuwi. O baka gusto ninyong umuwi, nandyan lang yung use the comfort room because we still have our buffet. Ano yan, merienda o panihapon? Whatever, stay a while, try to socialize, and getting to know each other. Ang Davao has been walang yabangan yan. Sa peace and order, pati sa the best police, the best regional, during my time, nakuha na namin yan. And there was a time, sinabi ko na sa DILG, huwag na ninyong isali ang Davao. Don't make Davao City a contender. Give others the chance. Huwag na. Kaya ito ngayon, it's also a suggestion if it's acceptable to the department. Huwag na ninyong isali yung mga Hall of Famers. Medyo hintayin ninyo silang bumaba na naman. Give them a try ito. Kasi walang match. Look at Davao. It's not really very peaceful. But you have been there. You can go out at night anytime. Of course, there are a lot of Moros there. Maranao. Mga kaano ko. But they are part of the disciples at kasali yon sa disiplina. Ano we coexist. No? Ano very good. Kaya gusto ko sana pareho ang Pilipinas and Davao, but it's a long shot. Alam mo kasi maraming bright sa Pilipino. Basta nakagraduate lang na ano kung anong sulat. The best of the grammar na maisip nila. And the adjectives. But let them enjoy their talent also. Everybody is allowed to talk. That's what I can guarantee you. Freedom of speech. Kasi ayaw ko rin pigilan ako. But remember that every time I said ay mamutang ako, it's really with contempt. Sinasadya ko yan para ma-insulto. And most of at the receiving end, yung mga foreigners. Hindi talaga nagpapa-under ng yung mga pwedeng utos-utosan itong mga puto. Let's kayo. Kaya yung kaibigan kong isang presidente, you go to hell. Kaya pagdating ko doon sa mga conferences, here is a guy, kaya niya sabihin, you're a shit son of... Pero sinadya rin yung international press niyan. Yung son of a bitch, actually sa atin, it's slang. It is a slang. Son, state language yan. Son of a bitch. Amerikano yan. Sa atin putang ina mo. But we do not use the word whore. Iba kasi, it's a more... pero ang sadya niya, men judge best when they condemn. They would look for reason to really put you down. So they adapt this thing, son of a whore. It is it has a more deeper impact. Usually, yung lahat man, sige mga babae, kung alam mo lang, yung ibang nakilala ko, nagpuputang ina. Putang ina mo. Ha? Ano ang nagawa ko? Yung ginagawa mo, putang ina mo. Babae yan. At isang ginagamit pa, taking the name of the Lord in vain. God, shit, God. God, shit, God. Pero pagka mayanwala ka, pagka Domingo nyo, kung kalawad, tapos pagdating doon, shit, God, shit. Salamat po.
Maraming salamat po, mahal na Presidente, sa inyong makabuluhang mensahe.
Sa punto pong